Hi Scorpio, how are you? I hope that you are doing well. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Nina or Sinfulpluto, and if you're returning, welcome back. Thank you for joining us again. I hope that you are able to receive a message that you need to hear over the next 2 weeks. This is going to apply to Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter in Tropical and Sidereal, so make sure to check both systems. If you don't know how to look for them, go to astro.com and they'll have everything that you need. And this is going to be for this is going to be for the dates between August 26th, which was yesterday. I know that I'm late. I get it. And September 8th. So let's just get into it, all right? Okay. So what should Scorpio expect for the next 2 weeks? What should Scorpio expect between August 26th and September 8th? Oh, we got two cards that flipped over. Bottom of the deck is the Two of Pentacles. Ooh, okay, wow. Okay. We we have the Hierophant and the Tower that fell out. Jesus Christ, dude. Oh, we're really getting in today. All right, and then we have the Two of Pentacles, and then at the bottom of the deck we have the Five of Cups, and then under that we have the Five of Pentacles reversed. Both of these cards are reversed. Okay. So, you could be dealing with a Capricorn or a Taurus with the Hierophant card. Usually the Hierophant signifies some sort of commitment. It also signifies institution or the government. Government's burning down. No, I'm kidding. Am I? But, oh my god, it's like, I'm so sorry. But there's something that's kind of falling apart. There's some sort of really strong structure in your life, whatever it is, some really strong foundation that is kind of falling apart in your life. It could be a relationship for some of you, but there's just something that is very set in stone, something that I think that you have been very stubborn about for a very long time, that is finally having its tower moment here. It's some sort of like major commitment to you, or something that that has just been ingrained with you for a very long time. I want to get more clarity as to what this Hierophant can signify. Again, it can be a relationship or a job or some sort of situation, something that has, I think, required a lot of your attention, something that, for some of you, it could be like your relationship to the church or relationship to some sort of like institution, your relationship to the government in some sort of way, perhaps. Let's clarify this Hierophant. So what does this Hierophant mean for Scorpio? It could also just be that for some of you, your relationship is kind of falling apart and being restructured with a Taurus or a Capricorn. So we have the King of Wands, which signifies someone who's very persistent. So whatever is happening very fast, because I have the Eight of Wands reversed, or the Eight of Wands, that's clarifying this Hierophant card. So I don't know if you're dealing with a fire sign, or if you're coming through as the King of Wands, where you are going out of your way to go through with all of these changes with this Eight of Wands, because this is rapid movement. I feel like you're very aware of the changes that are kind of going on. If anything, I feel like you kind of catalyzed it. Is that the right word? You kind of catalyzed it so that you could reach this tower moment a lot more quickly. And I feel like I feel that for some of you, this is definitely like planned out. Seven of Swords reversed. This was planned out, or it was just something that you had in the back of your mind. This is something that you have been strategizing for a while, or I just feel like you were very aware of this tower moment. Let's see, can we get further clarity on this Hierophant for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? It could be that there's like some sort of divorce or some sort of breakup, like major breakup. It feels very dramatic because of the Tower. It feels very dramatic. It honestly does feel kind of dramatic. It's like if you're going to go out, you're going to go out with a bang. Alright, one kind of card fell out. Yeah, we have the Queen of Wands. You keep on coming through as a fire sign. Either it's you or someone else. Someone keeps on coming through as a very strong, fiery person, someone very passionate. I feel that this person knows what they're doing. They get what they want. Yeah. And then earlier I had the King of Wands. So this is like a couple. I feel like this is really like a couple. It could be a relationship, like I said, whether it's business, romantic, friendship. And we have the Knight of Pentacles reversed, which signifies a lack of patience. So I do feel that this was catalyzed. This is something that you wanted to get over very quickly. You wanted to take the shortcut out. I feel that some of you may have sort of self-sabotaged or sabotaged the situation because you didn't have the patience, or you felt, I think, very vulnerable. And I feel like some of you are being very childish, or just someone is being childish in whatever like scenario this is. Someone is being very childish with the Fool card reversed. They're being very childish. They're acting just foolish. Honestly, they're acting very foolish. They're not making any sort of sense. They're not planning things out. I feel that even though there is that planning with the Seven of Swords reversed, I feel that it's not coming from the right place. I think it's coming from a lack of wisdom, I guess you could say. It's coming from a place of immaturity. It's not coming from a place of wisdom. It's not coming from a place of, wanting to properly handle a situation. It's just like you want to see everything kind of burn down and you want to see the fire, almost. You could also be dealing with a Cancer, because at the bottom of the deck as well I have Chariot reversed. So, yeah, I really do think that a lot of you are really just like wanting to break down this. I feel that some of you really catalyzed this Tower moment. It's not I feel that it was something that you wanted, honestly. And then we have the Two of Pentacles, which signifies some sort of decision that you have to make, or multitasking. So with this multitasking, again, I feel like there is a lot of analysis going into this. There is a lot of planning going into this, and I feel that you're able to I think that a lot of you could be handling different situations at once that kind of have similar scenarios or similar outcomes to this whole situation. It could also be that there's just some sort of decision that you have to make in terms of this situation, I guess you could say. I want to clarify this Two of Pentacles. What does this mean? I feel like there's just a lot of very fast changes going on for you, and I feel that a lot of you have to make decisions very, very quickly. Because everything is kind of falling apart. So you have to be very quick-witted. You have to be very quick with your mind and analyze situations very, very rapidly to basically best handle it and to kind of keep everything and everyone afloat, or just keep yourself afloat, basically. All right, so let's clarify this Two of Pentacles. What does this Two of Pentacles mean for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? What does this signify? Let's get more clarity, please. Okay, we got 2 cards. We have the Four of Pentacles reversed. I'm not surprised. Bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords, which is petty drama to me. And also an empty victory. So I'm honestly not surprised. I feel like a lot of you ended something very quickly, or you ended something too quickly. You didn't want to go through some sort of lesson. I feel like some of you really decided to take the short way out. You decided to take the shortcut. You decided to cut corners because you didn't want to handle the pain. You didn't want to handle the experience. You didn't want to handle the process. It's not even like out of laziness, but it was more so the fact that you were just too scared to handle it. You were too scared of the growth. You were too scared of like what the process implied for you. You were too scared of like, I think just I don't want to say that you're scared of growth, but I feel that you're scared of what growth can imply, in the sense that growth isn't always an easy thing. I feel like, like I said, you wanted to take the easy way out. And so we have the Two of Pentacles, again, a decision, and then we have the Ten of Cups, and then we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. So I feel like a lot of you really like had to make a choice between the Ten of Cups, which is like emotional fulfillment and happiness. And I feel like this is the overall outcome that you really wanted, but I feel that a lot of you are clinging onto a false sense of security with the Four of Pentacles reversed. And I feel like a lot of you are taking the easy way out. You would rather cling onto what you know. You would rather cling on to a false sense of control, because at the end of the day, you're not really in control of anything. You try to be, but you're not. And you didn't want to have to go through the process. You didn't want to go through like the nitty-gritty stuff. And ultimately it led to this Tower moment and I feel that with the Hierophant, like, you had a good thing going on because the Hierophant is upright. Like, this was a good commitment. This was a long-term thing. This is something that really would benefit you, I think, in the long term. And I feel that you were very set in your ways. And I feel that you had a hard time going through the transformation or going through the regeneration or kind of just like letting go of the control, letting go of the iron grip. And I feel like this is always a problem, or is frequently a problem for you, Scorpio, because you just want to be in control so badly, because I feel that a lot of you have felt that lack of control in your childhood or throughout your life. But trying to be in control all of the time just leads to constant self-sabotage and constant stagnancy, honestly, in your life and in your, I guess growth process. And I feel that you really had the opportunity to be completely emotionally fulfilled, but in order to have this 10 of Cups, I feel that you had to go through the Knight of Pentacles moment where you just had to go, you had to endure the long journey, you had to be determined, you had to have endurance, you had to have mental endurance. And I feel that a lot of you chose to take the easy way out and just run away from the problem, and you catalyzed this Tower moment for yourselves. And I feel that you're very aware of the decision that you made, and I feel that some of you might even regret it in the future. But yeah, so you had that opportunity to have that emotional fulfillment. You had the opportunity to have the stability, to have this emotional happiness, to have the thing that you've been wanting for so long, and you decided to succumb to your old habits. And now we have the Four of Pentacles reversed, which just signifies someone clinging on to the false sense of security, clinging on to things that really don't serve them, clinging on to instant gratification, things of that nature, really. That's all that I can say. This is just someone who's stuck in their ways. They don't want to put in the work. They rather everyone else do the work, but when it comes to them doing the work, they don't want to do it. But we also have, actually I'll get to that later. And the bottom of the deck is, the Five of Swords, and then under that, the Seven of Pentacles reversed. So this is a lack of patience. This is like not wanting to put in the work. This is complacency. This is laziness. This is, this is the type of energy where you plant a seed, and rather than just like letting it do its thing and letting it grow and feeding it its water and giving it the sunlight that it needs, you keep on digging the seed back up to see if it's growing. And it's not growing because you keep on digging it back up to see if it's growing. Like, there's just a lack of patience here, and it's all like rooted in wanting to be in control, or just feeling a lack of control in this situation. And then we have the Five of Swords, which is like an empty victory, and I'm not surprised, because obviously you did win. You won the battle, you won the situation, but like, at what cost did you win? You potentially could be losing a person. You're potentially missing out on a really great opportunity. You're potentially missing out on this 10 of Cups energy, just because you wanted to remain in your old ways, just because you want to remain in what is comfortable for you. And, I mean, this is very similar to Taurus. I feel like, with all fixed signs, they have a very hard time transitioning and adapting and all of that. But I feel like we forget that you are opposite of Taurus, and Taurus is the same exact way, where they have a very hard time letting go of control, and they don't want to leave their comfort zone. So you're not so different from Taurus than you might believe, or than what some of you might believe. But I feel like at the end of the day, sure, you're winning. Sure, you got your way, but at what cost? That's all that I can really say about the whole situation. It just feels like you got a little notch on your belt, I guess, but you're missing out on the 10 of Cups because you wanted to cling on to a false sense of security, which is only really giving you a temporary sense of satisfaction, and eventually, you're going to realize what is going on. You know what I mean? So let's see. And then we have the Five of Cups reversed, which, honestly, the feeling that I get with this card is like, rather than going through with the healing, I just get the sense of someone just not wanting to heal. Usually I look at this card and I think, oh, this person is finally healing. They're acknowledging their problems. And maybe some of you are. Maybe some of you are acknowledging and making the conscious choice to not go through with this Tower moment. Some of you could be very aware of, your tendencies, your self-sabotaging tendencies. And maybe some of you are making the conscious decision to not do that and to actually heal yourself. Right? And to actually heal your pain, your trauma, your sadness, whatever it is that you have been dealing with for however long. But I feel that others of you are making the conscious decision to not heal, to constantly avoid, to keep your eyes closed, to remain blinded to the situation, and to just let everything kind of burn down and, you know, do the things that you've been doing for however long that you've been doing them, which for many of us, or for many of you really, or just many of us in general, have been doing since childhood. Because maybe it's something that we've been conditioned to do, or something that we've learned to do as a coping mechanism, whatever it is, you know? So let's clarify this Five of Cups reversed. Jesus Christ. Alright, I'm going to shuffle it for that one. Let's clarify the Five of Cups reversed. What does this Five of Cups signify for Scorpio for the next 2 weeks? Excuse me. For some of you with this Five of Cups reversed, I get the feeling of like you avoided, not even, no, it's like you see the brighter side of things now, but how can I explain this? It's like you avoided the storm, if that kind of makes sense, but it's not really in a good context. It doesn't have like a great connotation to it. You avoided the storm, but in doing that, you basically, I don't really know how to put this to words. Like, you avoided the storm, and you took that detour or whatever. You took that shortcut, but then by doing that, you don't really learn a lesson. You don't learn mental endurance. You don't learn determination. It's just like you took the easy way out, you know? To me, it's like with the Five of Cups reversed is that you would rather have everything happy, have everything be really happy-go-lucky, and it's like once things get hard, you just want to drop everything and run away. All right, so let's clarify this Five of Cups reversed. We got 2 cards. We have the Ten of Swords reversed. Bottom of the deck is the Hermit. So we have the Ten of Swords reversed and the Queen of Cups. So the Ten of Swords reversed, to me, signifies a lack of surrender. Again, it's out of wanting to be in control of the situation. There's a lack of surrender. You don't want to surrender to the situation. You don't want to end things on a bad note. You don't want to end things in a way that is out of your control, I guess you could say. And with the Queen of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign, but I just feel like this is you trying to convince yourself that you're like very emotionally stable and that everything is fine, da-da-da-da-da. But I feel like there's just a lot more to it. We have the Hermit. You could be dealing with a Virgo. Cancer card is coming back up again. We have the Hermit and the Nine of Swords reversed. So this is like your thoughts are really killing you right now. Your thoughts are really overwhelming you, I think. And I think that you're overthinking a lot. And with the Hermit, this signifies someone who just needs to be alone, someone who needs to do their own thing, someone who needs to introspect. I feel like this is signifying that you really need to heal. I feel that a lot of you really need to heal from your own thoughts, from your own self-deprecating thoughts, from like mental processes that have been deeply embedded within you. I feel like a lot of you really need to go through a phase of healing. But this Queen of Cups is telling, like, it's so weird to me that this Queen of Cups is upright. The Ten of Swords, I feel, yeah. Okay, so the Ten of Swords reverse is like not wanting something to end, not wanting to surrender, not wanting something to end. And I feel like a lot of you I feel like a lot of you are trying to cling onto this sort of lifestyle. I feel like that's what a lot of you were trying to cling onto with that Four of Pentacles reverse. It's like you want to cling onto this lifestyle. You want to cling onto like being really happy or being that nurturing figure or being, you know, emotionally stable, and you want everything to be good. You want everything to be happy. You want to be victorious. You know, you want to be like in tune and everything, and like, I don't know, there's a sense of like stability or like emotional stability that I get with the card. And I feel like you wanted to hang on to that for as long as you can, and I understand that. I don't blame you. But sometimes we have to go through times where we are in solitude and we are alone, and, you know, everything feels a little bit dark, and, you know, we have to find our path. We have to gain a certain amount of wisdom. We have to gain wisdom that we simply cannot gain by everything just being good and happy. You know, like there are certain lessons that we cannot learn unless we go through, you know, a little bit of a rough patch, a little bit of, you know, a moment of solitude or a moment of isolation. You know what I mean? Like, if everything were to just be easy and happy-go-lucky, then we wouldn't be learning, we wouldn't be growing, we would be stagnant. And I feel that it's really important for you, Scorpio, to realize that. And I understand that for you, the growth process can be very hard because you hold everything in, and, you know, everything is just really dramatic with you because regeneration is just, it's shedding your skin can sometimes be very dramatic for you, but it doesn't always have to be. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be a dramatic thing. Sometimes you just need a little bit of time for yourself. Sometimes you just need to, you know, reach certain epiphanies. Sometimes you just need to, you know, just have moments for yourself so that you can learn. And, you know, progress isn't always found when you're going the easy way. That's just like the ultimate message here, I feel like, is that, like, progress isn't always found by taking the easy way out. So let's see what the Oracle has to say. What messages do we have for Scorpio that relate to this spread? Well, that was quick. I'm not surprised I got this card. All right, milk and honey, all that glitters. I'm not surprised. I'm really not. Milk and honey just essentially talks about a good life, you know, enjoying life, enjoying the good times. You're able to, you know, enjoy the lavish life. You know, you're able to bask in all the happiness. Everything is just like sunshine and rainbows. Everything is good. But we have all that glitters, which is basically saying, like, all that glitters isn't gold, you know. Just because everything seems very happy and everything seems that everything is okay doesn't mean that it actually is. And I feel that some of you are really kind of idealizing this happy life, and a lot of you could be idealizing or romanticizing this really wonderful life, but you don't really want to put in the work. And I feel that a lot of you are, you know, kind of failing to realize that it does take work to reach this milk and honey moment. It's not just this easy, it's not this easy thing that is just handed to you. It's not this easy thing that you can just get, that you can just buy. It's not as easy as that. And I feel like all that glitters is basically a facade, and it's an illusion. And, you know, it's glittering and it's shiny and you're so attracted to it, but it's not as pretty as it seems. And getting there is not as pretty as it seems. So that's very, it just resonates with the situation very clearly. So I'm going to go ahead with an affirmation because I just feel like that message alone was just very clear, and it was just confirmation of what it needed to be said. I feel like a lot of us need to realize that growth is kind of like an equal exchange, or this process is an equal exchange. So what I mean by that is that once you put in the work, once you kind of, you know, go through your little moment, once you learn and you improve as a person and you grow as a person, the universe blesses you with a little bit of milk and honey, right? And I'm saying that because I have exchanging gifts here. So this to me is like equal exchange, you know? That's an equal exchange to me, where, like, you put in your work, then the universe puts in their work. It's not where the universe just gives. It's you putting in your work, you putting in your due diligence, you doing your part of the deal, and then they give you what you have worked for in return. Like, that's what it really seems to me. All right, so what message does Scorpio need to hear at this time? What affirmation does Scorpio need to hear based on this spread? What affirmation does Scorpio need based on this spread, based on the energy present? Based on this present energy. Alrighty. Alright, we have ideal partnership and then personal growth. Alrighty. Ideal partnership. Oh, it's 44. My computer's at 44% now that I'm saying this, so confirmation. I am a rare and precious find, and my brilliance will be reflected back to me when I am paired with a true match. My ideal partnerships and working relationships are easy and free-flowing. I deserve greatness because I am greatness, and to paraphrase Rumi, what I'm looking for is also looking for me. In fact, he or she might be paraphrasing Rumi right now. Personal growth. As I move toward greater consciousness, I feel old thoughts and habits fall away. Like trading wheels on a bike, they helped me get to where I am. But now that I can ride, I don't need those slow and crummy wheels, except when I'm making bike analogies. And then I'm going to read this one really quick. It's magic. I believe in magic. I see evidence of it all the time, and though the tricks can probably be explained away by something sensible and ordinary, I'd rather not ruin the fun. Other people can fill their days with mere coincidence. I'll fill mine with, holy crap, that's unbelievable. And then we have impermanence, which is like saying, it basically says like life is changing. So I'll read it really quick. That's impermanence. Life is always changing, and I drift easily through those changes, good and bad. As I drift through hard times, I can take comfort in knowing that I will leave them behind. As I drift away from good times, I take comfort in knowing that more will come my way. Impermanence is an equal opportunity non-entity. So that's what I have for you, darlings. I hope you enjoyed and you took some comfort in this. I don't know. I hope that you take some of the advice, and if you haven't gone through with this tower moment, I suggest that you rethink it, and I suggest that you take a little bit of time to introspect and to change your habits, I guess, and to reflect. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. If it resonates with you, I would love to hear your feedback. But give the video a big thumbs up. Share with your friends, family, loved ones, subscribe, and hit the bell notification if you so desire. If you want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at Sinfulpluto.com. However, I am not open for readings at this time, but I will be in like the middle of September, so keep that in mind. If you want to follow me on social media, you can do so on Twitter and Instagram at Sinfulpluto. And I think that's it. So, Scorpio, please make sure to take care of yourself. Please make sure to reflect, to meditate, to think through your actions, to be self-aware, to be mindful. Take your vitamins. I think I already said that. Eat your meals. Do your laundry. Whatever it is that you need to do to take care of yourself, all right? I love you, and I'll talk to you soon.